Good morning. Good morning. This is Dr. Najeeb Ahmad Rumi from London. Today, mm, our topic is, as you have mentioned, as I have mentioned in the title, it is about healthy lifestyle. And what does it mean? Healthy lifestyle means healthy eating and healthy living. So this is very simple word because as I have mentioned that I'm not using any medical terminology. I'm not using any specific things because this my talk is sharing of information, sharing of powers. Information is power. Constructive informations which help you to lead a better life without lots of resources, and you are contented and happy with your life. This is all about the notion which I try to share with all of my viewers. It's not something like rocket science that it's a very hard thing to perceive. It's a very simple way one plus one is equal to two. But as I have mentioned in my previous talks, that human mind is like a processing, device, processing machine, mechanics. It's like, uh, as for instance, the major role of various things. As for example, the vehicles, our helicopters, our trains, our ships. Uh, the role of all of these things is the engine of that, which is going to lead, which is going to pull, which is going to operate is the engines, like the ships. If you look multi-story ships, it's huge ships. What is the operational force is the engines of that objects. Helicopter is flying, the aeroplanes is flying, and but the operational device, the operational thing is in the engines. So similarly, in human being, the operational thing is the engine is here, our mind, our brain is working, and then because there is a fine line between uh, human and other species, animals, or birds, or whatsoever the different species are. So today, topic is healthy lifestyle, meaning how to eat healthy and live healthy. Eating and living healthy is all about health, healthy lifestyle. Because as you know that our mind is like there are three processes. It's a very simple word. Conscious mind. We are very much conscious what we are listening, reading, sleeping, walking. It's conscious mind is there in operation. Pre-conscious our memories. Unconscious mind is very important, which we don't have any access to our unconscious mind. So what is going on into our unconscious mind? So very simply, because our biological needs, our emotions, angers, everything is in our unconscious mind, which don't have our access. But my neuro-narrative therapy is based on that mind process, which is the major part is in our unconscious mind. What is going on into our unconscious mind? We can. It's very difficult to access there, but through various practices, through through the knowledge, we can uh, be in a better positions to come to know what's going on there. Like, as for instance, food. It's all about management. When you are in a positions to manage your hunger, your appetite, because the animals, they can't do. They don't have their access to their unconscious mind. When they are hungry, they are angry, and then they just go for it by any means. But the human, if you manage your eating uh, capacity, eating habits, then it will differentiate you from other species, of course. So the best option is how to know the process of unconscious, conscious, pre-conscious, conscious mind. Then when you know about something, then you in a better positions to understand, and knowing and understanding, and your action is very important. Then you have to take act to have to act accordingly, wisely, because wise words without wise action is falsehood, isn't it? So healthy lifestyle is you are eating the first thing, food for our body and food for our mind, thoughts. I perceive that food for thoughts is very important. Sensible way, when you use your neurons, when you use your brain, when you use your mind, then you you can control your emotions. Emotions are of three types: your intellectual quotient, IQ, your emotional quotient, EQ, and your spiritual quotient, SQ. Because according to World Health Organizations, that there are uh, what various dimensions of health: your physical dimension of health, your emotional dimension of your health, your mental dimension of health, your social dimension of health, and your spiritual dimension of health. This is the definition of dimensions of health. So in this way we can uh, make a difference, and we can be a different uh, persons through positive actions, through making a drastic change inside of us. Because when you know something uh, about uh, about anything, then you are very much and extraordinary vigilant about things. Then you take some preventive measures to go to move forward. So here is everything, because driving force, your divine devil, positive, negative, everything is inside of it. As per my this therapy of the neuro-narrative therapy by myself is all about neurons, nervous system here, because unconscious mind, according to Dr. Sigmund Freud's, what he said in his theory, he mentioned that three mind process: conscious mind, unconscious, and pre-conscious, pre-conscious, and unconscious mind. The area of interest of Dr. Freud's was unconscious mind. So I further studies, because I just studied myself. That's what I am and what I think, what I do. So when I start studying my unconscious mind through meditations, through mindfulness, through various things, because it was a long, journey to when I concluded, when I came to know. Still, I'm learning because every person, so we are in a learning process. So, unconscious mind, then you can operate because biological needs, hunger, food, it's into our unconscious mind. It's it, biological needs. When we start feeling hungry, it is not our biological need, but over and over again, because there is an appetite process when we see things, five perceptions, smell, seeing, listening, then we start craving about our food. So, controlled and balanced diet, according to healthy lifestyle, is very important. Balanced diet. But here I wanted to share because, according to Autophagy, who was a doctor from, I think he was a physiologist, and he got um, Nobel Prize last years in 2015 on autophagy. What is autophagy? Autophagy is when you are in fasting, long fasting, say about 12 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours. Then there is a inner process that your cells going to mitochondria is being eaten, and new, the toxins and unhealthy stuffs are going to reprocess in the cells and are utilized. And there is a chain of ketogenesis, which is helpful things. And there is a chain of reaction. Stem cells are secreted, are formed, and growth hormones are formed due to that fasting and autophagy as a process. So it's very beneficial and helpful for all of our body. So when we fast, when we have proper, you know, balanced of food, and then we go for intermittent fasting, it is, if you go to look into the intermittent fasting in Google, then you can come to know that what how much beneficial, according to the latest research, how much beneficial this intermittent fasting is. So in this way, you can help yourself through knowledge, through education, through empowerment. So when we lead a healthy lifestyle and you are fasting, because I'm sharing it, this is not for, because this is, I'm only sharing these thoughts. This is not something for everybody, because I'm sharing my own experiences, which is very significantly helpful for me to lead a healthy lifestyle, because I do fast in the because during night time I just have my meal once a day, 24 hours. During evening time, I just 5, 6 o'clock, I break my fast. I'm going to tell you what is that. I break my fast 5, 6 o'clock with healthy stuff, with nuts, peanuts, sorry, not peanuts, with almonds, with pistachio, and with other dry fruits. Good, but peanuts, it's full of cholesterol. It's not good. Then some healthy food. Then protein, chicken, or boiled chicken, vegetables, or fish. This is my evening time. Then I don't have any other foods during night time. Only water, tea, coffee. Then early in the morning I don't eat anything. I don't, only drink water, three glasses of water. Then according to tea, coffee, when I work I just have tea, coffee, but no sugar, and a small amount of milk I just add. Then I just, during that time in the morning, because it's break from my at 10, 11 o'clock, I don't eat anything. Then in the morning, 11 o'clock, it's 12 hours. Then we can add up further 5 o'clock. At, at, at least 20 hours or 18 hours you are fasting. But you can have, uh, you know, drinks. You can drink water, but not sugary drinks or other things, processed uh, junk, junk food or junk any fizzy drinks. So then I break my 5, 6 o'clock. I break my fast. Just have these kind of stuff. So then during this time when I'm free, just I go for a walk in the park. It's 1 to 2 hours. I do my bikes, ride my bikes 20, 30 minutes. But in the park, it's very, it's refreshing your mind because you are doing for um, mindfulness meditations there. You're relaxed, breathing, and you're feeling your own soul, own body. So fragrance of the flowers, green grass, colors therapy, fragrance therapy, mind therapy, because your mind, your body, and your soul and your mind needs fresh food. Specifically, your soul needs fresh food, like when you are in the garden, when you are in the parks. Then you can be more, inclined and more inspired with these things. So this is all about myself because this is my routine, and I feel very uh, positive. I feel very, energetic. Even once in 24 hours, I just have my food. But keep in mind, this is not for everyone. If you have some medical conditions, some psychological conditions, or some problems, then the best uh, person who can advise you is your registered medical doctor who can guide you what to do if you have some problems, but it's not for everyone. So in this way you can, because the only person who can heal or harm you is you yourself. So start living in a healthy and happily, because through autophagy, through fasting, the researchers tell us that uh, because when you are in fasting 20 hours, 12 hours, or more than 12 hours, then there is a positive chemicals secretions, chain of positive chemicals inside of our body, brain. In this way, we can heal our body. We can uh, we can produce positive chemicals like dose of happiness, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. These are happy and which repair all of our cells and tissues and organs inside of our body. So when we just all the time we're eating and we are having unhealthy food, because this is not physiological needs, this is psychological needs here. We starved, as I have mentioned, we have perceptions, seeing, listening, because nowadays processing foods factories are everywhere and they are going to promote their food stuff in various social network media because this is their business. I'm not against any business, but I'm in favor of the people who are leading a happy lifestyle. They are a bit reluctant to consume this unhealthy processed food because this is life-saving strategy, not anyone else. It's only yours, and this is open choice. You can lead a happy lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. How? Through your action, because action, you need to take action. If you, I wanted to share the star techniques. What is that STAR techniques? STAR techniques is S stand for start, S stand for situation, whatsoever the situation is, and T is thought process. How do you think about that situation? Is it helpful, unhelpful, constructive, destructive pattern of thought? This is T, thought process. And A is your action, action. And R is result consequently. What would be the end result of that situation, that subject or whatsoever. So, as for instance, lots of junk food and full of saturated fats and unhealthy food, as for instance, is in front of me or in front of anyone. This is the situation. I'm just giving you the example. And your thought process, if you are with healthy and uh, positive thoughts and you are well aware of about your health conscious, then your thought process is you can be reluctant, you can be very much pragmatic and very much practical about having that food. Situation is 10%, food front of you, thought process is of 10%, and A stand for action. What is your action? Whether you are going to refrain to consume that food, or you are going uh, out of psychological needs, then you're going to consume it. This is up to your action is 70%, and then our result is 10%, in total 100%. So 100% is in your hand. So this is neuro-narrative therapy. You are going to change your narrative, whatsoever your narrative is, whatsoever your because the only person who can heal or harm you is yourself. Try to be your healer. Try to be your friend. Try to change yourself. Try to be your self guide and self advisor, because at the end of the day, nobody will, when someone is in misery, in problems, in dis-ease. Dis-ease mean you are not ease, you are suffering. Nobody will come to you. The only persons you will have to suffer. So make open and healthy choices. Living healthy, eating healthy, sleeping healthy. And it's linked to your sleep. When you have less consumption of food, you're fasting and you are not over junked, over fat, then you can shape up your body, you can shape up your mind. Because my theory is all about MBBS. What is MBBS is, although it's my medical degree, M stand for, because it's other way around. MBBS is Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. But my MBBS, this MBBS, it's not the degree, but it's technique which I use for my services user, clients and patients to remember, to recall when they are going to take some non-pragmatic actions. M is mind and B is behavior, associated with your behavior. B, then again is B is body, and S is shaping. How to shape up your mind through your behavior, and then you can change your body shaping. Obesity, blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. Like this is due to overeating. I mean, all the time, 3 times we are eating. I'm surviving and I'm feel healthy and more younger because I use 24 hours. After 24 hours, I use within 24 once a meal, but not having lots of saturated food, only healthy stuff like nuts, uh, almonds, nuts, pistachio. dry fruits or sometimes fruits, or protein diet like boiled vegetable, fish or chickens without any bread or lots of stuffs are there, bread and butters. And I feel more comfortable because I don't have any higher blood pressures, diabetes. Because then you can help yourself in this way through leading a through healthy lifestyle, eat healthy, live healthy. So in this way, you can have positive chemicals inside chain of positive chemical inside of your brain, which is very helpful. So dopamine, which is rewarding hormone, which is always which is associated with our appetite. When we feel hungry, when we feel uh, appetite is there is deficiency of that dopamine, then we start craving. Similarly, this dopamine is associated with sex hormone, rewarding hormone. When we are in orgasmic proportions with sexual act, then we feel pleasure. So what is that? Pleasure is directly linked to secretion of 20% secretion of dopamine. Similarly, when we are having food and we feel, we just enjoy, it is directly linked to that dopamine. So this is all about neurons, chains, channels, neurotic channels, neurons channels. That's why my theory and therapy is neuro-narrative, because you are the right person who can bring a change. So this is new therapy which is significantly helpful for those who may have depression, who may have mental health issues, eating and sleeping disorders. It's very soothing and helpful because all of these theories is being drawn from different uh, the psychology based theories, and the psychology is a tiny branch of philosophy. The philosophy is everything. What is philosophy? It's all about your intrapersonal wisdom. What is inner, not here, not in your heart. Because heart is only pumping machines to just pump uh, the oxygenated blood along with nutrition to all of the body here. Intrapersonal wisdom, because your God, if you are believer, your positive energy is in your unconscious mind. Your soul is in an unconscious mind. This is new research-based thing which I came to know, which I have concluded. Unconscious mind, divine, dynamic part is very important. So that's why there's a fine line between sanity and insanity. There is a fine line between animal and human, because there is one of my verses and quotations is that I'm not scared of uh, I'm not scared of beast, wild animals, beast, wild animal. I'm not scared of beast, but beast inside of human. What does it mean? That there is a fine line between human and animals. So when we don't know what's going on, somebody is under the influence of various things. He or she can kill someone. He or she can harm yourself. Harming yourself and harming other is of the same mental health issues. But it's very common. We are human beings. We must need to give benefit of doubts to ourselves. We need to help ourselves. We need to, through self-compassion. So this is based, my neuro-narrative therapy is totally based on self-compassion, self-love, self-respect. We have to build up that narrative through yeah. Then you can rewrite, rephrase, then sing a song of your wellness through neurons, neurotic, neurogenesis change, neuron. When you change here, when you know something, when you are in a position to drive something, to operate something, then how much comfortable you feel to drive that thing. Similarly, when you come to know all about your neuron systems, what's going on into you can hold the vehicle of your life forever. Then you can reflect, you can help others. If you are capable of helping yourself, then there is a reflection. Look, you can help others as well. When I'm unable to help myself, then how come I can help for others? No way. So this neuronarrative therapy based is healthy lifestyle changes proactively. Keep in mind, because 70% is your food consumption and 100% is food consumption of your food for thoughts. 100%. 70% food for body. 100% how you feel, how you think, how you act. It's 100%. Either on this way or another way. Either constructive or destructive. You have positive emotion or negative emotions because there's nothing in between them. But we have positive and negative lifestyle, but it's like a seesaw. We have to make balance between the optimistic level of the optimum and optimistic level of thoughts is very important. I'm not saying that all the time you are positive and you need to keep yourself positive. No, but you have to make balance. Healthy lifestyle based on your balanced, like a seesaw. Okay, okay. Think, rewrite, rephrase. This is neuro-narrative therapy. First of all, you have to understand what does it means. What is neuro-narrative therapy? You have neurons here. You don't need any anatomy. You don't need any physiology. You don't need any complex things about theories, and but you can be in a better positions when you know. As for instance, you know something to how to mm, unlock a lock through numbers or through using key. This is leading. This is a leading strategy to lead a happy lifestyle. Tools and techniques. These are the tips based on my theory. What are those tips? These are narrative therapies. Narrative, neurons and narrative. You have to rewrite what's going on. You have to keep a diary. Write it down on that health your health and well-being diary. What's going? Why you are upset today? Why you are angry today? Is it related to something obvious cause? Then try to use your solution oriented mind, positive mind, active mind. There are two minds, active and reactive mind. Reactive mind always gives you the problems of your problems. And you are in trouble. The reactive mind, if it is in oppression, if it is dominant, it will give you negative energy to boil you up, and your negative mind will find multiple negative options for yourself to destroy yourself. As for instance, if you have problem, complexity, your reactive mind, negative mind will ask you to, okay, go for some bad thing, drink something unhealthy, use some drug to make pleasure, because your dopamine is going to low with that reaction. And then you are unable to sleep. There would be sleep problems. You would be unable to even sometimes eat less, sometimes eat more, sometimes while you're sleeping, sleep problem. You would start smoking drugs, heroin, whatsoever, negative drugs abuse. Then you will start keeping that society friendship. Then it will your reactive mind, negative mind will push you into the valley of distractions. Then nobody will come to you. So before using your negative mind, solute problem oriented mind, you have to think that this is all about narrative of neuron narrative therapy. You need some guidance from your friends, from your doctor, from your mentor, from your therapist. So this is my main aims and missions, to help people who may have lots of suffering, miseries, although I can't help the people with money or help the financial help. But in this way, because your health is wealth, I can help you to lead a healthy lifestyle, active lifestyle. Then there would be lots of good avenues for you to choose to lead a healthy and happy lifestyle. At the end of the day, it would be helpful for yourself, for your family, for your friends, and for the people around you. So this is intrapersonal wisdom with a philosophy. Then interpersonal wisdom. Your personal, intrapersonal, how you are going to think about yourself. Are you helpful for yourself or not helpful? This is your internal personal. Then interpersonal, the people around you, the things around you. And extrapersonal wisdom with the galaxies, with the other species. That is extrapersonal wisdom. So this is all about the philosophy, which is the psychology is the tiny branch of that philosophy. So in this way, because what is psychiatry? Once in a conference of mind health in London, I was invited there. So I went there. I simply asked what is the definition of psychiatry, and who the psychiatrists are. They, they astonished. They were amazed by asking this such a silly, apparently it looks like a silly questions. They, according to the definition, the obvious definition, conventional, traditional definition was the doctors who are dealing with the patient with mental health issues. They are psychiatrists, and the branch of medical science who's dealing with mental health issues is the psychiatry, and psychiatrists are the therapist. You know, and they asked me, okay, you tell us what is the definition of psychiatry. I told them it's two words. Psych means soul, iter means therapy. So psychiatry is the treatment of your soul, not your mental health issues. That is spiritual dimension of health is the psychiatry. So this is my narrative. Neurons, your soul lies in your unconscious mind. I know where it is. That's why I'm telling you. Try to be more wise. Don't no need to be clever. I defined in my previous lectures that the great philosopher Jalaluddin Rumi, he said that yesterday I was clever. So I wanted to change the world. He said, today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Be your own. Help yourself through self compassion. What is compassion? Unconditional love. There's no the love of God, the love of the divine love. Or if you are non-believer, the nature love you is unconditional. Like sunlight, sun is shining, is unconditional. There is no condition for sun when it rises. So unconditional, like our mothers, the love of our mother is unconditional. The best example I need to set up here, I need to share. Your mother loves you more than anything else. Unconditional love she gives to her children beyond anything else. So compassion, self-compassion, you need to be self-compassionate through self-empathy. What is self-empathy? Self-empathy is empathy is you need to put yourself into the situation of others. How much painful things are when somebody is in suffering, somebody has been deprived, somebody is in pain, pain of various kinds. Socio-economical pains or pain related to physical, mental health issues, pain, relationship problems, pain, separation, griefs, you can name it, but non-judgmental. This is empathy, self-empathy. You need to be self-empathic. You need to be kind, self-kindness. Help yourself through positive mind. Think, rewrite it. Then you will be a changed person. Otherwise, you will be a changed person. Change and chain of everything, like bad stuff, like crimes, like extremisms, like hatred, like sadistic attitude, sedative. Because tranquility, what is tranquility? Is mindfulness, neurons. You are associated with the nature in a constructive bridge because there is a bridge between nature and between neurons. This is neuronarrative therapy. So in this way, you can change, you can mold the situations from bad stuff to good stuff. But I tell you one thing: you can be your healer or you can be your harmer. The only persons I have already mentioned who can heal or harm you, my dear, is yourself. Try to be friend, not your enemy. Help yourself through self-love. Accept yourself with your strengths and weaknesses. Give benefit of doubt to yourself. Then your neurons will work accordingly when you are helpful, when you are in a better positions. to make yourself at ease. How? When you are in pain, when you are suffering, when you have lots of problem associated with your financial health, associated with your relationship problems, associated with your disease, associated with the disease and loss of your friends and families. Of course, you are in pain, but you can manage all of these things through your positive mind, through your helpful mind, neurons here. What are those chemicals when you are in that position? Mindfulness, meditations, mindfulness. There is chain of positive reactions. That's why I used dose of happiness. D for dopamine, O for oxytocin, S for serotonin, and E for endorphin. These are positive chemicals. When there is a chain of when you are positive, your narrative is different, and because it's like a circle of neuronarrative therapy. You have to give feedback through the sympathetic nervous system, coming because it's free association with the nature, free association with the pragmatic things, and messages are going through sensory nerves and receiving through motor nerves. And when you are is with mindfulness, parasympathetic nervous system. That's why I always say meditation can be medicinal medication if done with dedication. If you are dedicated, you need to change the narrative, and then you are going to give feedback of good stuff. Because as I have mentioned, our mind is like a thought processing device machine. What we put into it, it works accordingly. If we put healthy stuff into it, then of course, consequently, the result would be fruitful productivity. So this is interlinked cycle. Neuro narrative therapy. A narrative therapy is you are going to give positive feedback whatsoever the circumstances are. But a day will come, but you never ever need to give up the things. If you are determined, if you have meaning in your life, if you wanted to lead a healthy and happy lifestyle, then through positive pattern of thoughts, you can change the neurons chemical reaction here. This is neuronarrative therapy, which I apply on my self-centered approach. Sorry, self a person-centered approach. What is person-centered approach? With the collaboration, with the consultation of your doctor and yourself, because you are the persons who is in need. Of course, indeed, when you are with a kind doctor of positive mind who is helping you not only for the sake of his or her fee, for the sake of his or her consultations, money, but genuinely he or she is kind, helpful on the basis of compassion, humanitarian values, humanity, love, and respect for all of the beings. Because 8 billion people on this globe, they have valid and valued places. Keep this thing one. This is the narrative, and you are going to change your neurons chemical reactions. Narrative is positive, your neurons will work accordingly positively, and end result would be beneficial for yourself and for others. This is your narrative therapy. So uh, at least you, because we are directly or indirectly connected nowadays. World is a global town and global village and global home. Whatsoever we are thinking and sharing, and it is spreading very quickly and softly, swiftly. But we need to share some positive things. This is narrative. Instead of spreading crime, instead of spreading the news of breaking news of killing people, what would be the end result? That we would be in bitter positions to get desensitized, and then a day will come when we don't care about the suffering of ourselves and the suffering of others. This is the narrative you have to change with your kind mind. We have to find our kind mind, because unfortunately it's not in our textbook, it's not in our, you know, upgraded research papers, that what to do, how to be helpful for ourselves and for others. Although there all of the religions give a sense of humanity, love, and respect. How to utilize the various tools and techniques to be more empowered? Religions and every person's, they have valid and valued places whatsoever their religions teach them. It's valid because they believe in their religions. But why still there is suffering, so still there's hatred, still there's crime, extremisms, and you are being victimized out of your religious belief, out of your philosophy, out of your valid, and even out of your sexuality. Nowadays, it's banned in some countries, but it's really valid for everyone, because this is the basic human rights of sexual orientation, safe sex, basic human rights. But try to be more focused on your narrative. What do you think? How do you think? And how do you react? Your reaction and action is everything. And healthy lifestyle, mindfulness through insightfulness. And I always share that the duty and the role of a doctor, therapist, mentor, leader is not done. The job of a doctor, therapist, mentor, leader, your helper is not done when the services user or the patient is cured, but when he or she, patient or service user, when he or she is insightful, insight, inner sight, mindful, here, your neurons, self actualized, number three, and interacting with the world in a satisfactory way. This is the real role of a real, genuine therapist, doctor, mentor, leader, not to control you to work according to their wishes, but to control yourself according to your own wishes, according to your own valid and valued, you know, characteristics, because you are what you are thinking about yourself. It is help if it is helpful for you, go for it. If it is harmful for you and for yourself others, it you need to be more careful. If it is destructive, if it is based on extremism, if it is based on greed, selfishness, then you have to change your narrative. then you can change your neurons, neurotic pathway here in your mind. Then you can bring a drastic change. When you bring a change, at least you have changed 1% who is yourself among 7.8 billion or 8 billion people on this globe. Because as I have mentioned, we are directly or indirectly connected with each other through vibration, through unseen positive energy or negative energy. So try to be a good contributor through your healthy lifestyle changes, through fasting, through vigilance, because intermittent fasting is very good for your health. You can reverse your hypertensions, blood pressures, diabetes, high cholesterol, and you must need to be more vigilant and observant about your body mass index, because you know because sometimes we are reluctant that, oh, I am healthy, and no, but the devices are there, weighing scale is there, you have to monitor your weight. And the best options nowadays is if you have smartphone, or you can google from your laptop or from anyone, anywhere, your body mass index, BMI. What is that BMI? If you Google BMI, calculator will come, and you will see body mass index. Then it will ask your age, your weight, and your length, height. And then when you put all of these into that calculator, then there and then you will get result instantly. If you are underweight, then BMI calculator will never ever let you down or make you happy or unhappy, because it's scientifically based formula, and it will tell you you are underweight. If you are underweight, then you need to have healthy food. You need to, if you, God forbidden, it may be associated with cancer, or it may be associated, if it is suddenly you lost weight, if you are weight conscious, even then, if you are going to manage your weight, or might be some problem with mental health issues, then you need to, the best person who can advise you is your medical registered doctor. You go to your doctor, your GP, or whatsoever the system of the country is. You can get advice why you are underweight, why you are not up to that level of your age and your height and your body. And then if you are overweight, then definitely, or if you have optimum level, if you have mm, uh, good health conditions, then it will let you know that your BMI is normal. Congratulations. And if you are overweight, even then it will let you know that you are overweight of so and so, and then you have to rewrite. This is narrative, and think here. Narrative, your BMI is low, high, then neuron, you have to use your unconscious mind, neurons, to think and to act. And if you are obese, obesity is a pandemic worldwide nowadays. If you are overweight, then it's alarming situation. Ticking bomb of fat, extra fat inside of your body, is like a ticking bomb. It could lead to sudden cardiac arrest. It could lead to stroke, hemiplegia, or cancer even. It's related to cancer, mental health issues, sleeping problems, you can name it. When you start fasting, when you start leading a good, happy lifestyle, then you can bring a change into your lifestyle. This is a healthy lifestyle. Because preferably, I just, when I completed my medical degree, then I did my post graduation internship in various hospitals. Then I started, since then, I was very curious about walking, about healthy lifestyle, about my soul, about my body. Then I was when I start researching on my studies, self studies, self care. I was the first case study of myself. I study myself, what I'm thinking about myself, how I'm thinking about myself, how I'm thinking and working. That is my. That's why I derived after a long time of research, studying myself, being a doctor, being a neuro, physicians. Cognitive. Have you heard about cognitions? Cognitive means thoughts therapies. Nowadays, it's very prevalent and very, helpful. CBT, cognitive. That is also my specialty. Cognition is thoughts therapy, and the doctor who is dealing with this, I use the word cognitive physician. He is going to teach you how to deal with your thoughts process because it's a layer therapy. Leier. It's a link. Li is the incident, what has happened. E, how your emotions. I interpret how you're going to interpret that situation. That is narrative, and then emotion lastly, and R is result. So layer therapy or neuro-narrative therapy is all based because I studied myself in a very helpful way with my positive mind, not with a reactive mind, but with active mind through healthy lifestyle changes. Then the only persons who can help and heal you is yourself. You can help yourself. So keep in touch if you have any query, if you have any questions, and I would love to respond you. My email is dr.najeebahmad, Najeebahmad, at hotmail.co.uk, and my WhatsApp number is 0044 is the code for UK, and 07950767099 is my number. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and then change your narrative through self compassion, self love, and take well care of yourself and people around you through self compassion, and then reflect. And then bye bye, and see you soon. Take care, and bye bye.